Okay, here we go with the new rhythm, which is building off of the previous rhythm. So, constantly doing the gallop, reverse gallop, drunken gallop, just back to back to back, and then changing bars, changing chords. So 3-4 time signature this time around, which reminds me I need to update that part. And okay, here we go. Yeah, good to see that you got the 180 as well. So yeah, you get 180 on this early, send it on over. Okay. Nope. I switched out guitars, forgot to plug back in. 1 and a 2E and 3E, a 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 1. That is not the last chord. At least not the intended last chord. Let's fix that. Okay. Now that that's fixed. 1, 2, 3, 1. Good God. Apparently I do not know what the hell I'm doing today. 1, 2, 3, 1 and a 2 and 3, a 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 1 and a 2 and 3, 1, 2, 3. One, two, 1, 2, 3. One, two, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so yeah, the latest speed picking that you did, 180 was really, really close. There were a couple of missed upstrokes prior to the string change. That's very common for people when we are going to a new string after an upstroke. So like people will start the upstroke, they don't finish it, and they're going to the next string. So a lot of times what happens is they play it like... So basically 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and then they missed that last That happened, I think, twice on your last 180 playthrough. So it's very close. You definitely have the speed for it. At one point at a slower speed, I think, you caught the fact you did miss a note. So I was very glad to hear you noticed that, which is very, very important and extremely helpful and necessary in order to continue to make improvements. So yeah, the faster the speed, the harder it is to know when an upstroke is missed like that. You can certainly work on it more. We're going to do descending stuff this week. Now, very similar to last time, or at least the second version of it. So we're just going straight into constant sixteenths. Now, I do find, and a lot of people find it easier to do the ascending stuff, but the problem is that final upstroke is missed every now and then. And same thing for me when I'm playing at too fast of a speed, and it's just like, you just lock into that fast picking, and it sounds like you did it right, but then you listen back to it at a slower speed, and you're like, damn it, freaking missed it. So I've noticed that even though the descending stuff is, in a way, technically more challenging, the final upstroke, people are more consistent with hitting that. So like when you're leaving the string after an upstroke, if you're going to ascend, so you hit that last upstroke, so that's like you're in between the strings here. Like I'm in between the E and the B string, and I'm going to hit that last upstroke, which is when people will miss that because they're just going straight to this next one. So technically, you have to you're trying to miss the B string while going to the E string. And I say technically you're trying to, because when you get going fast enough, you're just going to end up hitting both strings anyway. So I'm hitting both the B and the E string there. But because my index finger is muting the B string, I can get away with it. So that's something to keep in mind as you get going faster and faster. When you change strings, sometimes you will hit an adjacent string because you're going too damn fast to avoid it. But as long as the muting technique is done well, it doesn't matter. As long as it sounds good, that's all that matters. So on the descending, though, so you're hitting that upstroke, and you're already trying to clear that B string. So you left the E string, you're trying to miss the B string, so this way you can hit it on that downstroke. So in a way, it's almost like you're trying to clear two strings to get to that next one. So you're clearing the E and the B string to get to the B string, whereas down here, or like when you're going up, you're just trying to clear the B string to get to the E string. So that's why technically, in a way, the descending stuff is more challenging because you basically have two strings that you're trying to clear, but because you're hitting that E string on the upstroke, going the direction of the next string for the downstroke, people tend to hit the upstroke more consistently on the descending stuff. So this can very well help develop better awareness of when you're completing the final upstroke. Anyway, if you reach 180 on this early, send it over. I'll make a new thing for you as soon as I can. But here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. One, two, three, four. One, two, 1, 2, 3, 4. I missed the notes. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Kind of hit a chord. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh my God! See, I don't know what the hell I'm doing today. Apparently, I don't know what's going on. I don't feel weird. I feel like I slept enough. Maybe I need more caffeine. That's what it is. I need more coffee. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. God damn. All right, 180. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. lot of muting, changing strings here. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. One, two, 1, 2, 3, 4. No, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. One, two, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, that's enough. Yes. So, arpeggios you tabbed out all look good. It is important that you input the arpeggio names. So, for your own reference, make sure you go back into your file, enter all the arpeggio names, and if it ever feels like, you know, too repetitive, redundant, whatever, it just helps us with, you know, memory recall. Just do it over and over and over again like that. The only reason I can remember a lot of things when teaching people is because I've just taught the same thing so many times. I can recall certain chords, chords, arpeggios, intervals, structure, all that stuff, because I've just been doing it so many years. When I first started teaching, I had to reference my stuff all the time because I didn't do it enough times with people. So it was very easy to forget. So yeah, there's a huge benefit to just doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over again. Just makes things much, much easier in the long run for yourself. So I got 3 things I'm going to send over to practice. And these are basically just progressions to play through using the arpeggio shapes, along with some review. So let me change to, well, I mean, you could do it with or without distortion. The chords at the end are going to sound better without it. You know what? Here, let's just do this. So, I'm just going to be mixing up the different arpeggio shapes. And sometimes you use the shape where the root note is by itself, and sometimes you use the shape where the 5th interval is by itself. So a lot of times, like if I'm going to be starting with a major arpeggio, I'll use the root note by itself because the stretch is a lot less. If I start something with a minor, I will use the one where the 5th interval is by itself, like it's shown here, because the stretch is a lot less. Every now and then, the other way, the bigger stretch version, will make it easier in the long run. So, but basically, yeah, for this one, you have the 1, 5, 6, 4 progression, just done all over the place. So basically, stick with 1 until you got it. Just 1 good take is all you need. Here's the review. So you got your root position, first inversion, second inversion, most popular version of the chord. And then we move up to the A string, play the same progression, just done a little bit different. So this way I'm playing it the way I feel is most efficient. And then, yeah, just reviewing the chords again, starting on the A string there, and then you start on the D string, start on the G string, and then start on the B string. The end of the B string progression is a bit different. And this is because we can't really play those chords anymore because, well, we need 3 strings and we're starting on the B string, so we're left with 2. So to finish it out, we're going to be doing a bit of a scale run, a descending scale run after we finish that one. A bar chord where you ended up. Whoop. And it's going to do that for all three of these variations. So the goal is just one and done, and just move on to the next. So we also have a 2-7-6-3 progression. And then we also have a 6-1-3-5. 6-1-3-5. And like right here, the start, here's an example of when I don't always use the major arpeggio shape with the root note by itself. So I figure this time, it actually lends itself very well for the bigger stretch one to stay in the same spot and have more efficient movement. So yeah, just take your time, make through each one, and if you reach 180 with the rhythm and or the lead, just for the speed picking, send it on early, send it over early, and we'll keep on rolling. And also, go ahead, let me know when you finish working through all of these. I know it's a lot, but I think you'll have an okay time making it through. Just let me know when you're done with those, and I'll send over the next theory thing as well. Okay, any questions come up, let me know, and I'll see you again in your new videos.